Since the appointment of Justice James Patterson as a chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission GCOM, much have been said. On Thursday, Nightly News approached Justice Patterson to hear his side. In light of attempts to besmirch the character of GCOM's chairman, Justice James Patterson, since his appointment, Mr. Patterson on Thursday cleared up some of the misinformation which has been peddled, particularly his affiliation with the late President Desmond Hoyt and the PNC, and whether or not he was ever the Chief Justice of Grenada. The opposition is challenging Mr. Patterson's appointment, alleging that he had ties to the PNC and the late President Hoyt. Mr. Patterson explained the relationship he had with Mr. Hoyt.
Desmond Hoyt were colleagues together as students. We attended the same Inn of Court. I don't know if you know what an Inn of Court is. To become a lawyer in those days, you had to be a member of one of the 4 Inns of Courts. We were members of the Middle Temple. We sat in the same mess, groups of 4. He was next door to me sometimes. And that is how the friendship began. And then it cemented a bit when I learned, when I first heard his name. I said, but they're Hoyts in Guyana. He said to me, he's a very distant fellow at first, remote. He said, I have some relatives there. But at the time, I didn't know he was from Guyana. Later on, when I went to Grenada, I knew he was there as well.
Does this mean Mr. Patterson was part of Mr. Hoyt's party?
Because I bore my pal's pal, I am a PNC man. I have never been any member of the PNC or any political party. Never in my life. But as a student, we had leftist leanings, as most students would have been. Ivan van Sertima, the famous Ivan van Sertima and myself. We were radical leftist leaning chaps at school. That's as far as it got. In fact, we supported the original People's Progressive Party when Dr. Jagan and Forbes Burnham started the foundation.
Now, media reports suggest that Mr. Patterson was never a Chief Justice of Grenada, as was mentioned on his CV. He was questioned about this. You've been attacked on whether you were indeed a Chief Justice of Grenada. Can you give me some clarity?
Perhaps they have been looking at the instrument of my appointment. When I sent in my curriculum vitae, that was about 30 or nearly 40 years after I had written any such thing. I didn't have anything on record. And I did not put in the acting. But for all intents and purposes, I was the Chief Justice. The omission of that word is what lawyers call a slip of the pen. Lapsus calami is the Latin for it. And it really isn't worth pursuing. I don't intend to pursue that.
In our Friday newscast, you will hear more from Justice Patterson about his suitability for the GCOM job, which has been questioned, and about that Facebook account which reportedly ties him to a group belonging to the PNC. Justice Patterson said he is serious about the oath which he took 2 weeks ago. He said he has already informed the President that he is not going back on those words. Reporting from the office of the Guyana Elections Commission, GCOM, my name is Roy Den James for HGP Nightly News.